Alright, so verse 6 tells us how not to act. How not to act? Can you tell me in one sentence how not to act?
Like a hypocrite.
Like a hypocrite, which means?
Not doing outward actions without preparing inward.
Right to restrain.
Yeah, don't pretend. Don't pretend that you don't do this or don't do that. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't pretend outwardly you're showing something. Inwardly, you are thinking something completely different. Now, verse 7, Bhagwan, this is little bit like what not to do. Verse 7 is what you should do, how you should act. Let's go to verse number 7. Let's read it first. Yastvindriyani manasa niyamyarabhaterjuna karmendriye karma yogam asakta savishishyate. Varda, read.
On the other hand, he who controlling the organs of sense and action by the power of his will and remaining unattached undertakes the yoga of selfless action through those organs. Arjuna, he excels.
All right. First take the meanings so that then we can understand it better. In the first line, there is Terjuna. You can see that Terjuna comes. So that is tu and Arjun ka a. So tu is but. It's joined up together. That's why if I say tu, you will not find the word tu. It's just the ta part. But. And the first part of the line is ya, he. Sanskrit is a complicated language. Idhar se udhar se you have to find the word. So, but he, arabhate, begins. But he who begins, niyamya, control. Control of what? Indriyani, senses. How to control? Manasa, by the mind. So he who begins to control or restrain the senses by the mind, then what happens? Karma yogam. Karma yogam, you understand? Karma yoga. And sometimes in Sanskrit you do not need to write everything very explicitly. So it means undertakes karma yoga, does karma yoga, performs karma yoga. Karma indriya, by the organs of action. So he who begins the control of senses by the mind and undertakes karma yoga by the organs of action, asakta, without attachment. Asakta, without attachment. Saha, they, vishishyate, they excel. They are superior, they excel. So if I want to paraphrase the whole verse, but he who begins to control the senses by the mind, undertakes karma yoga by the organs of action without attachment, such a person is superior. They excel. So verse 5 we were told action is compulsory. Verse 6 we were told how not to act. Verse 7 we are told how to act, how to perform. So karma yoga, if you see the word, is made up of actually two words, karma and yoga. Karma means our daily actions. Daily actions. Occupational, nitya karma. What we have to do on a daily basis, everything, whatever we do. And yoga means union with God. Simple meaning, the original meaning of yoga is union with God. So what is the path, what is the technique, what is the art, what is the science of getting union with God simply by performing my daily actions? Tell me, where can you find such exquisite knowledge anywhere else? You don't have to do anything else. Simply start with your daily actions. Whatever you do, what am I doing? Cooking, cleaning, washing, brushing my teeth, putting on my clothes, making tea, coffee for XYZ, myself also, doing my puja or not doing my whatever. All whatever you do in the day, making your reports for your office, earning money, traveling in the car, whatever you're doing. Whatever, no special action, no special time, no special place, no need for mandir also to do karma yoga. Who cannot do it? Everyone can do it. And when do you have to do it? Do you have to keep 1 hour special for that? No. The minute you open your eyes in the morning, you can do karma yoga. Even while lying in the bed at 12 o'clock in the night, you can do karma yoga. In the office you can do, in the home you can do, in the playground you can do, in your class you can do, anywhere you can do. Such a beautiful technique this is. Bhagavan says a karma yogi means one who is doing his work in karma yoga bhav, he can perform all his worldly duties. Only one thing you have to do, keep your mind attached to God. Outside do everything, inside keep your mind attached to the divine. Possible? Possible?
Yes.
Difficult?
Yes.
Yes, it is difficult. Let us not say that it is not difficult, because we do get caught up in the external. We do get caught up. Therefore, there are sadhanas. Therefore, there are practices. Therefore, there is a training. Suddenly you cannot say, I will go and sweep the floor but my mind will be on God. It will not. You cannot say suddenly I am going to the office and preparing one project for my boss and my mind is on God. It's not possible. Don't delude yourself, and I am not here to delude you either. It is difficult. It needs training. But so is it difficult to do weightlifting. But you do some training for that. It is difficult to drive a tractor. But you do training for that. It is difficult to even learn to ride a bicycle. But you do practice for that. You cannot just suddenly say, okay, I will keep my mind on God. It will not stay there. Why? Because your mind has got used to lifetimes of jumping around. Your mind has got used to lifetimes of wandering like a monkey from tree to tree. Therefore, it needs training. It needs to be tamed. Right?
No?
Yep.
If you're doing something and your mind is there on it, focus is there, and you will not be thinking of God at that time. And when once you finish it or just before you start it,
Keep it still. That's all. Can you keep it still on the work at hand? I have no problem with that. It needs an anchor. That's all. As a first step, you may not think of God, but if you can just think of the work you're doing right now, that's a good beginning. That's a good beginning. So, what binds us, what creates karma is not the action that you're doing. What binds us?
Thought behind that.
What is that thought?
The thought
I
energy
do.
towards that.
I did it, and what will be the outcome? What will be the result? That binds us. When we expect a result and we get disappointed when the result doesn't come, that causes dukh, that causes sorrow, that causes disappointment. So, the secret is that a true karma yogi has no attachment to the fruit of the action. No attachment to the fruit of the action. Now,
one more question.
yeah.
Suppose you do something and the result is not what you wanted to happen. And for a moment you feel bad or whatever. And then you come back. Okay, this is what God wants. Maybe this is in my highest good.
So, what's the question?
Yes.
One sec, what's the question? You have told me a state. Now, what's the question about it?
So once you come back into that state that this is what God wanted to happen, and it's definitely in my good because I don't know what is my good. So isn't that
Yeah, you are in the process. So you were agitated when the outcome didn't come. Then you were agitated. First you were agitated for years. Then you were agitated for just months. Then you became agitated only for weeks. Then you now are agitated for a few days. Then you get agitated for one day. Then you get agitated for a few hours. Now you have reached the stage I'm agitated for a second. So it's a process. Then if you could come from there for being agitated for years to agitated for 1 second, then see the next step is there now. What is the next step?
not getting
So you have to work for that. It's a process. That's it. It's a process. First you were agitated so much. Now 1 second. Okay, that will also go. But I want you to just rephrase your sentence that God wanted this to happen to me. God is not there to tell what He wants and what He doesn't want.
No, maybe this is in my high school.
Bas, that's your law of karma at work. That's it. Okay? God is not there to tell you that, okay, this is for you and this is for you and this is not for you. God is really least concerned. He's got a lot of other kaam dhanda to do. And that kaam dhanda is only witnessing. Okay? Bhagwan doesn't do anything but witness. It is your law of karma which is at work. And law of karma is always waiting, doing things in your highest interest. So just take the full responsibility of the outcome of the action. The point is that we don't take responsibility. We need to take responsibility because the minute you take responsibility for any action, the power to change that situation is in your hands. The minute you give the responsibility of your happiness to somebody else, the power of your happiness is in somebody else's hand, and this is the bottom line for happiness. The minute you give the power or the responsibility, you have given the power. That's it. Take back the responsibility, you get the power. So, the false renunciate, the mithyachar, the hypocrite, is the one, according to Bhagwan here, who is renouncing the action but not renouncing the attachment to that. Okay? So he is still bound by karma. And so far he goes further to say that a renunciate, that means a person in household, grihastha, who has given up attachment to the outcome. Getting it? A person who is just a grihastha, a householder, who is practicing karma yoga and therefore he has given up attachment to the result is superior. Is superior to someone who has outwardly taken sannyas but allowing that desire to stay fixed in the mind. That much. Okay? So, there was a beautiful verse I read somewhere. It says, Man hari mein. Man hari mein. Tan jagat mein. Man hari mein. Tan jagat mein. Karma yog yahi jaan. Okay, got that line? Your mind is in Hari, Bhagwan. Your body may be in the world. Such a person, he has understood what is Karma Yoga. But tan Hari mein, man jagat mein, yah mahan agyan. In other words, when one works in the world with the body, but keeps the mind attached to God, know that to be Karma Yoga. But when one engages in spirituality with the body, but keeps the mind attached to the world, know that person to be hypocrite.
Ma, can you repeat the minute you take responsibility for your action, the power of happiness?
You get the power to change a situation. The minute you take responsibility for a situation, the power to change it is in your hands. The minute you give that responsibility to somebody else for your happiness, you did this, you did that, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's not doing, he said, he did not say. You have given the responsibility for your unhappiness to other people. Now, to be happy, what happens? He has to say the correct thing, she has to do the correct thing, he has to not do the wrong thing, she has to not do the... Hello? How are you going to change all these people? Not possible. So keep being unhappy.
Sometimes you might just take responsibility and change your course of action. Like,
Don't have to change the action also. You have to only change this.
no, at a practical level, I'm saying, like, and you're walking the path with them.
Guys, one sec. You listen to her question at least, no?
So you're walking the path of them. You just
No, we
decide.
can't hear.
Loudly.
Okay, so sometimes when you make that shift from getting sucked into the Jagat part of and moving to a path where you know that's a chosen path and it's a path of dharma. And yet, because you're living in sansar, the people around you have a problem even with that shift.
That's
you've
their
done it.
problem. Why you are taking their problem? You're taking your neighbor's kachra in your house? You don't take the neighbor's kachra in your house, do you? Bel mujhe maar. You know, come, neighbor, give me all your garbage. I'll keep it in my house. Somebody has a problem, that's that person's problem, na? What do you have to do with that?
Then tags are given, like you become Malubu.
Tag, one more tag anyway. Man, woman, Indian, American, tall, short, fat, thin, all labels only. One more label. In whose mind? That person's mind. Why put in your mind? You know your dharma, you've chosen your path, you know what to do it. Now you'll change your path for this person, then the next person will come. No, this is a better path, then you'll go there. Then other person will come, no, this is. Now you make me happy also. Like, how many lifetimes? How many lifetimes? Keep that kachra with that person. You clean yourself. That's it. Finished.
We get affected because we wanted to play a certain role.
We can't. There's again another role only. How many roles do we want to play? You do your thing, and if you know it's the right thing, then do it. Finished. You cannot please all the people all the time. You try to do that, and that is a best prescription for unhappiness.